Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Lead Nudge. I am Silvia, your inclusive leadership mentor, and today we're going to talk about who gets the glory. How do we share recognition and how do we share the spotlight as leaders? Let me take a step back, because if you're a new manager, up until a minute ago, you were used to being the one delivering the results, executing the work, and whenever some recognition will come, you know that recognition was tightly linked to your effort and the work that you put in. So maybe there was some sharing the spotlight there, but it doesn't come natural because it's tightly linked to the effort that we do as individual contributors. Now, as a new manager, our roles have changed. And whenever the team actually accomplishes something, launches a new project, or accomplishes something that was part of their OKRs, and we get a congratulation related to this accomplishment, it can be tempting to just say thank you to our manager, to our leadership, and just get that praise into our little backpack. And I have learned a great lesson from an amazing ex-manager and former leader that I had a couple years ago, that she would, whenever she would get recognition about, in this case, it was about we achieving our sales numbers, she will immediately share the win. And whether that was a small or a big one, she understood that sharing the spotlight was key to keep us, in this case, engaged. And she chose not to do this not only in one-on-ones, she actually decided to do this in the bigger stage, in front of her manager, in front of whenever we had department big meetings. So she made a conscious effort to move the spotlight from her to her team. And why this matter is because sharing the spotlight is not, as leaders, is not an act of charity. It's not that we're doing something out of good character. It actually means being strategic about how we go with team engagement and keeping the team motivations. Because as leaders, it might be natural to feel proud about the role that we have played into achieving a certain project, into making sure that everybody was keeping their responsibilities. It might be natural to feel that sense of pride about that accomplishment, but keeping that recognition is not strategic, nor is gonna help us engage our teams further. Our job as leaders is to make sure that the team is the hero of the story. And that means this aiming to do, every time that there is an accomplishment, aiming to do a public praise on the team members and their specific actions that they took to make sure that there was a successful outcome. So it's not only about just sharing a dry, the team did great, or this is just a great work from the team. It's just making a conscious effort to keep a mental note, and of course you can make actual notes, but to keep a mental note on what was the role that each team member played into that specific accomplishment. So for your actionable step for this week, I challenge you to think and practice something that I call credit amplification. What is credit amplification? Well, it means that whenever there is a team win upcoming, you get to practice this framework, which is immediately turning and redirecting the spotlight and amplifying the light with others. And that means that whenever you get that praise about that accomplishment, about that launch that just happened, your response as leaders should be a natural, yes, thank you, the team did a great job. As a matter of fact, person X was the one who came up with this idea, and another team member, person Y actually work on making sure that XYZ was implemented. So this is also about being specific, because it tells that you care enough not only about the deliverable, but that you care what was the role that each team member played on making sure that that was done. So immediately you are basically putting little coins of investment in team motivation and engagement. Remember to lead as you are, with courage, inclusion, and heart, you all.